Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Pistol Pete ready to start firing those pistols for the battle we have in store. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Oklahoma State's offense will be first on the attack. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard workers.
The Cowboys in a good spot here with second and short. Pulls it in. It's Freeman. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Pulls it in. It's Ford. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And the Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Flores. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, then you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick six. So really good job by the quarterback there, using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. He's got it on the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
The Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll run the sneak for it. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Freeman. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that 1st quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Flores. Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking for a man. It's Flores. He's got it on the run.
I really like the slot receiver. And I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. The Wildcats offense has its first opportunity of the day. And guys, any discussion about this offense has to start and end with the guy behind center.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback, he gets the ball on every play. He's got to be the leader. He's got to be able to throw the football. So many times you see Jesse where they can run it as well, but he's the captain usually on most teams. It starts and ends with him.
Yeah, and David, the thing you love about this guy, too, is he's such a good distributor and facilitator with the football. He knows this offense like the back of his hand, and he's able to take advantage of all the different weapons they have surrounding him.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Edwards. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quickly out to the tight end. Down to the 30-yard line where he stopped after a gain of 5, and that will be a first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Johnson wants to throw it. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
They'll run the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking downfield very late in the half. Looking for the goal line. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Just enough time to get off one more snap. He wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Kansas State.
What great execution by this offense. It looked like you were about to go into the half trailing. Now, with this answer, this scoring drive, you got the lead, you got the momentum, taking it into halftime. Nice job by this offense executing that last drive.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a magnificent game there so far in Stillwater. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Boone Pickens Stadium.
And the Cowboys will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It is deafening in here. The panel people going to work. Third down and a big one for the Cowpokes. Quickly to the tight end. Turning it on. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quick pass on the jet motion. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it
offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to throw. It's Flores. Grabbed over the middle. It's Freeman. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State!
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. Makes the catch. It's Davis. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Cowboys come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. On the ground, it's Brock. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Flores. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
And the Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Fitzpatrick. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee.